Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hobby Night. I am Angela. I hope you guys are all doing well. Let me just, oh my God. I had no music, so I was worried that you didn't have any music. And when I turned my volume up, it was humongously loud. Hello everybody. How are we all doing today? We were on this channel not that long ago, but so much has happened in between. Mostly me going to a really cool Star Wars museum and geeking out for about 4 hours. And my brain has forgotten everything, but I thought it would be really cool to go. What are you guys doing here? My shame. No, my shame. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. No one look at them. No one, I mean, they're super cute. Okay, so you might have seen me post about it on my wall and like Instagram and most places. I went to hang out with Shay again. Shay Gothic Zib, for those of you that may know her only by her online name. But I was hanging out with Shay, and we went to a Japantown, and I found a store that was selling the One Piece collab Labubus, and I bought 2 of them. I caved. I am part of the problem. I am part of the problem. I'm part of the craze. But yeah, I bought. Look how cute they are. Look at their little faces. It's Nico, Robin, and Sanji, if you couldn't tell from One Piece, as Labubus. If you're not familiar with the Labubu craze, ignore this bit. Ignore this bit, but I'm gonna have them hang out here with me. I just thought it was fun, and I wanted to get them on stream so I could. Oh, you have a suggestion for a 135 Dora? Excellent. Also, I saw somebody had a suggestion for Cathay as a topic. That would be cool. Have they released any of the Cathay minis yet? I know didn't they announce a bunch? Have those actually come out? I admit I have not fully kept up. Why do I have so many lenses right next to me? Are they all covered? Okay, yes. Yes. All right, I'm just gonna scoot those over there because that actually really stressed me out, having such expensive stuff right on top of me. But I know they announced it. My brain, I'm sorry. Listen, I've had a lot going on and my brain is tired, but I really want a hobby today, which is why we're here. So yes, I do remember them announcing them. Have they come out? It's on shelves this weekend? Ooh, interesting. Okay, Cathay's coming out this weekend.
Yep.
The new, which would be pretty cool because people were giving suggestions for what to do for the next Warhammer stuff on the channel.
Sorry, I walked into that.
Nice. No, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Hello, William. It's lovely to see you in chat. How are you doing? Okay, excellent. But you also have what is the Dora? I don't actually know what that is.
It's the way you enter next to the room normally.
I would flip you off, but then I would look like I'm flipping off chat, and I don't want to do that. How freaking dare you? How freaking dare you? How freaking dare you make a dad joke like that at me? You missed it. I did a great bit with the Labubus.
Oh, what did you do?
I acted like I was like, how did you guys get here? And then I covered their faces. And I don't think anybody in chat cared. I don't think a single person in chat cared. But it's fine.
They're male.
I know, it's fine.
They still have a brain left.
I know, it's fine. I just wanted to do a bit. Okay?
A bit of what?
Stop making dad jokes at me. Or like puns or whatever the fuck it is that you're doing. Stop it. No, don't give me crazy eyes. Give me that though. Okay, fine. I'll accept the crazy eyes because you handed me that. Ben, I am doing quite well. Thank you for asking. Oh, don't let me forget Chaos Cultist tonight because I have a collab.
Oh.
Because I have a collab with Adam tomorrow. Don't let me forget to review the 2 games.
Yes.
Again, because like I've looked over, like, I've read.
Can we talk about the history of this box before you open it?
Yes.
Yes, I will remind you of that.
Thank you.
Also, I need my meds.
Oh, are you out?
No, but they've been
bugging
like
you.
4 days until I...
I see. I will
until
go.
they throw them in the furnace or...
Okay, I understand. I will get them. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Yes, exactly. God damn it.
Yeah, let's talk about this Japanese World War II car.
Yes, so this is a Japanese World War II car that I picked up the scale model of during the closing sale, unfortunately, for Hobbies Unlimited. Hobbies Unlimited, for those of you that are maybe new or don't know my content super well, was a scale model store that I discovered 2-3 years ago.
4 or 5.
Was it 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 or 5 years ago, and I went to it for about 2 years, pretty consistently. That's actually where my current IPMS group meets up. I meant to go to a different IPMS group that's a little closer, but I completely spaced it.
That was my fault for getting sick.
Yeah, it's because Chaos Cultist got some food poisoning, and I was taking care of him and making sure that, like, he got over it and everything.
I mean, I didn't almost die, but it sucked.
You were struggling. So I missed that, but like, but my current one, the one that I go to regularly every month, they used to meet at Hobbies Unlimited back before the store closed. Unfortunately, despite the owner's optimism and hope, he never did find a buyer that sort of fit the, I think, energy and vibe he was looking for, because he wasn't retiring and closing the store because it was struggling. It was actually doing fine. It was just that he had been doing it for 45 years and he wanted to retire, and I completely and totally respect that. I am sad that the store is gone because he did not find a buyer for it, so he just closed it. But when he was doing his like going out of business sale, he had some pretty good deals going, and I went and I bought a bunch of stuff. And this is one of them, this World War II Japanese car. It's a Toyota Model AB Fenton. I actually think it's really cool. It's a convertible.
Danny Fenton?
Not Danny Fenton. Although that is partially like what originally attracted me to it.
Really? That's so...
Listen,
you.
It is so me because I love Ghost Boys. But no, I also just thought it was a slick looking car. I don't actually know that much about the model, like this particular Toyota car itself, but I really, really like the aesthetic of it. So I thought today, because I've never built any cars before, like I've built like a military, like...
APC.
Yeah, APC. But that's like the closest to a car that I've built. Everything else has either been planes or tanks. And I do have, if you
I'm
thought...
the one who ended up picking out what she was doing today, and I was like, I wanted her to work on something that wasn't going to take forever.
Yeah, no, and I like the idea of doing this because it's, oh, this is so cool. All right, I love, like, you got the full, like, chassis here. I want to go grab one other thing really quickly. Because I want to show it off. In case you haven't seen the part 2 of my scale diorama model, because it also has a scale model in it that I'm very excited about, that I want to do a project with, and I just want to talk about it. No, what? It's fine. I have the microphone on me. I can still talk to them as I'm going into it. So I picked it up. It was just in the other room. I knew it was going to be like a 5-second me walking away. Okay, so the other kit that I recently picked up is actually this really old kit. Like this kit's from like the 50s or 60s from my understanding. And I got it for a pretty good deal. I was looking online because I've been looking for the B29 Super Fortress in a 144 or close enough to that scale for a while. Like for basically since I got to the Boomers storyline in New Vegas, I have been looking for this ship, because if you are unfamiliar with Fallout New Vegas, in there the Boomers are trying to get a B-29 Super Fortress out of Lake Mead, because in fact I don't think
the prophecy says it will happen. Yes,
the prophecy says it'll happen, but there is actually in Lake Mead a crashed B-29. I think it was like a prototype or something like that. So I don't know if it was the final version of the B-29. I think it was a prototype, the real one. But in the alternate history that is Fallout, it was an actual B-29, and the boomers want to take it out of there so they can refit it, get it flying again, and spoilers, if for the ending, depending on what you do, they will bomb the fuck out of Hoover Dam for you using the recovered B-29. And I thought it would be really cool because 1/44 scale is close enough to the Modifius models that you get for the Fallout board game as well as the miniature game. And I thought it'd be really cool to do a diorama with that. And so Chaos Cultist and I have been talking about it, and I think what we're gonna end up doing is like it being having been raised up to the water level, and we'll have the boomers on the shore with pulleys, bringing it in with like maybe a hero character representing the courier, which I can do up maybe as myself, as my player character, like on there, and have them pulling the B-29 with its broken wing and everything, all gooped up because it just came out of the water. And that way I get to do a little bit of water effects, but not like an insane amount where it's overwhelming and I have to do it.
Doing a surface.
And I'm doing a surface scene, which I think is really cool because I wanted to definitely do something where it was partially submerged because I wanted to do water effects. This was sort of my idea of jumping into that.
Underwater.
But yeah, my original idea had been to do something like fully submerged and have the plane be fully underwater. But I think I agree with Chaos Cultist. Yeah, that's a resin pour, and I don't think I'm ready for that.
And you could really risk ruining the model, and you have no replacement.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm really, really happy that I got this. The reason I know it's so old is because I was talking to a bunch of the guys that were at the show, including the one who sold this to me, because everybody who was selling there, like most of the vendors were just local residents who, were literally having pieces in the show to be judged and everything. So they were selling their collections because they have massive collections, because much like myself, who has a giant closet full of Warhammer miniatures, a lot of these guys have like garages full of scale models. In fact, a couple of people from my club were there because they're specifically trying to downsize because they acknowledge they have bought too many and they're never going to get through them.
Who would ever do such a thing?
I know, crazy.
Do not look in our garage.
Hello, Alex. It's lovely to see you. So I got this, and so I think it's from like the 60s or something like that. I don't know if it says on here. Hold on, let me take a look.
It should have a copyright date.
Well, I don't know. It's so old that I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it did. I looked at it.
Oh, did it? Okay. Well, because I know it says that in 1945, it has a history of 1945.
Okay, fine.
But I don't know if it. Oh, maybe it's on the instructions.
They still had trademark and such.
Yeah, this is an old Aurora scale model for those of you.
Top?
Yes, here you go. But yeah, check out this just old how to build. This is gonna be crazy. There's other instructions in here. He actually sealed them. Also, check out, it's got the original
those things are
decals.
Those are discolored.
Oh yeah.
I think.
I don't know. I don't know if these are meant to be decals.
It's supposed to be orange?
I don't know. It's definitely got a musty odor. I will give you that. But yeah, so this is something that I will do down the line. But I know that I think it's from I think it's from the 50s. And the main reason I know is because of this marking. The guy who sold this to me actually had two versions. This is the older one. He actually had a slightly newer edition, but it was still from the 60s or something. But it didn't have this decal on it. And I got this one because I thought it was cool to have I'm gonna keep this box. I don't normally keep boxes of scale models or anything like that. But I think after I build and assemble it, I might still keep this box with it just because it is so old, and from my understanding, this is a fairly hard kit to get a hold of. It goes for 100 plus on eBay from what I was seeing. I did not pay that much for it, thankfully. The guy gave me a deal. So that was really cool. But yeah, so that is gonna be a future project down the line. Probably closer to when the new Fallout show actually starts coming out. Like I'll probably start
next year.
Yeah, like working on it around like next year. So today we're gonna build the Fenton. I know, Grumpy Dragon. Like I kind of agree with you that it is a gem of a kit, and I almost, when I found out how like old it was and how like about the seal, like the history seal and everything like that, and that used to be something that they did and then they stopped, and it was sort of like something that people missed when they stopped doing it, etc. And so I am torn, but I'm committed. I want to do the diorama, and I don't want to just hold on to it for like history's sake, but that's why I want to hold on to the box. Like I'll keep the box with it so that like I can have that.
It's meant to be used in something.
Yeah, exactly. The kit is meant to be used. Like all of these kits were made to be built and not just to sit in boxes. So that's what I'm trying to do with it. And since this one is something that I have a very specific goal for, I really want to go ahead and do that. Now I need to grab a couple of tools. First, my Tamiya glue, which we got there. Okay, I am actually going to now move the Labubus because I don't want them to get glue on them accidentally. That would be, I would cry. I would cry a lot. They were expensive, but not like insanely so. But they're super cute, and I don't know if I build it because I didn't have to blind box these.
Also, I was the one who made her buy them.
No, I was like, hey, because I actually asked the people at the store. I was like, hey, do you have any more of those? And they said, no, we just have the displays. And then they proceeded to immediately tell me those displays were for sale. And I was like, oh, interesting. And then I turned to the Chaos Cultist and said, hey, would you be interested in one of these? Because remember, I specifically said, is there one you would want?
Sanji.
Yes, and then I said, I'll take the Sanji, and then I had to make a decision about who I wanted, because there was like, I was debating between Nico Robin and Jinbei, because I actually think that Jinbei is really cute. Chaos Cultist disagrees with me, but I think he's really cute.
I think he's fine.
I think he's one of my favorites. But I really like Nico Robin, just like as a character as well, and I felt like it would be cool to have like one of the girls and one of the boys from the crew, so that's what we did. So today, Star Fury, we are building a Toyota Model AB Fenton. It is a fancy convertible top military car from World War II. I need some tools. That. And then probably this container with all of my sponges that are also sandpaper. Okay, my mouth is really dried out. Gross. Let me drink some water. Okay, let's actually look at the instructions before we start ripping into plastic like a wild woman. Which I know will be new and exciting for a lot of you, as most of you are probably not women. Let's go ahead and actually look at this assembly and see what it is we might. We need drills. I love when we need drills. I love when we need to do unusual things per the instructions, because normally when I'm building miniatures, it's just a snip and glue, right? Most of the time with Warhammer miniatures, like, yes, you can use a pin drill and drill out the barrels, but it is not in the instructions. Games Workshop going, now pull out your drill and make sure to drill a barrel because we're lazy and couldn't print it that way for you. Whereas in this, they're like, we print these to fit various cars because a lot of the cars use the same chassis. So we made it so that there's points where you'll drill depending on what car you're building. And it makes sense. And I like that.
Do you need the 3OB drill?
No, I do not. I don't think I'm going to need the Dremel drill. Yeah, no. I think this plastic is so thin, I really don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. Okay, so I think we'll just get started. This looks pretty easy. I don't need anything crazy tool-wise. They want me to have scissors. That's weird. What do you want me to have? Oh, because it's... Is it
decals?
I guess so. Is the... Ready to assemble precision model. Okay. Assemble cloth roof. There's a cloth roof?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's still made of plastic. I see. So I have
to choose if it's up or down.
Yeah, I choose if it's up or down. When I read that originally, I thought it meant that there was like physically a cloth,
stuff.
An actual soft cloth roof, and I was like, what? And I was sitting there going, wait a minute, this kit was in plastic, but like, so it was brand new, but there is no cloth in here anywhere. That's because it's not actually cloth. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, GW does like go above and beyond for their box art, but then doesn't actually tell you, hey, by the way, this is not actually what the model looks like. Is this the very, very first Toyota car? Yeah, I don't know much about it. I just thought it looked really cool, and I really liked the super sleek, like this front, I really like. I also thought it looked pretty handsome, a little old school, but very handsome with the closed top, but like this, I love this front. I love this front so much. There's a couple more side views of it. So I'm really excited to be building it, but I don't actually know that much about it in regards to the car history, Toyota's history. I know like the most I know about like car history in regards to like a brand of cars is I know a little bit about Ford because I've watched enough like essays about the Ford Model T and like his philosophy and like the history of his company and such. But that's really cool. So this is the first Toyota built car. That's awesome. It's a gorgeous looking car. I really, really like it. And I actually drove a Toyota for a really long time. Like not anything nearly as cool looking as this. It was just a Camry. Don't have that car anymore. But like my first car was a Toyota. So I wanted to, which is partially why I also leaned towards getting a Toyota car when I was looking through models. Because I tried to get a little bit of a bunch of things when I was at the hobby shop. I got, I think the only thing I didn't really get was maybe some of the IP related stuff. Cause like he did have some like Star Wars things, and I don't remember if I grabbed any of that at the end. But I got
an interceptor from them. But
yeah, but we bought that like while he was still just actively open, and we were shopping with him. I think that's because we had bought at the time of what he had available, like everything that we would have wanted for like the Star Wars things. And so I focused on getting like I got a couple more tanks. That's actually where I did a spicy scale model building on my OnlyFans page, and I did the Somoa, which is a little French tank that I really like. So I did that one. I picked that up when he closed. I got this when he closed. I got a couple other tanks. Like I got another. I've already built an Easy 8, but I got a second one because I want to do the version that they took to Korea, where they put the demon face on it, because I really love the paint jobs on those demon face like tanks. You guys know what I'm talking about? If you've not seen it, please look it up. It's really cool. I can't remember, like there's a Korean word for like that face, because that's how the tanks go by now, because it's actually the theme for this month's scale model contest at my IPMS group, which I don't think I'll be able to put anything into because I'm not gonna be able to have anything ready in that short of a time. Just because like last month was so busy, and I have a big convention open sauce. Oops.
What?
Oh, my camera went to sleep. Or turned off, I just noticed. So I'm putting it back on. So open sauce is this month, so I don't think I'll have time in between that and everything that I did last month to have gotten it done, which is not that big of a deal. I'm not that worried. But I'm looking forward to seeing what people do, because that's like a very tank specific, and sometimes the guys in my IPMS group really like doing like tank or plane specific things.
Shock.
Or Gunpla. Gunpla also gets like a lot of attention. It's a very eclectic group actually. all things considered, because there is a fair number of, like, me and one other person really focus Warhammer. There's a couple of guys that really focus Gunpla, and then, like, some of the old school guys are our classic, like, tank and airplane dudes. And also cars. There's, like, one or two guys that are really big into cars. Hello, Sean. It's lovely to see you. How you doing? I think I'm going to do the convertible top down. Just to talk through that as we start clipping pieces out. Just think it'll look cooler. Thank you for subscribing, Cora. Lovely to have you with us. You're about to fight off the mind demons and be productive and disassemble and clean and reassemble your vacuum. You appreciate you paralleling me with as you put together a classic car. Totally left-handed dragon. It's my pleasure. I hope that the disassembly and reassembly of the vacuum goes smoothly and that it doesn't, like, you don't get too dusty while doing it. Because I know, like, whenever I have to clean out, like, the vacuum and everything, I feel like I always just end up coated in, like, debris from the vacuum. Okay, I know it's fairly unlikely, but I have to ask you guys, has anybody in chat been the most awesome and watched K-pop Demon Hunter? Because if you have, I love the music in that. I loved it. I loved it so much. The songs have been stuck in my head. Okay, the songs have been stuck in my head and it's driving me nuts.
Noted.
So I have never considered going to any of the IPMS national conventions at all yet. Grumpy Dragon, like, while I have heard about them and I think it would be really cool to one day do that. And admittedly, I'm having a little bit of a confidence boost, probably overly so, with my first win at my local, like, competition. But, I don't think I'm ready for that, and I definitely do not specifically want to fly cross country right now. Mostly just because I just have so much going on, like, locally that I don't think I would do that. And I don't actually know when it is. Like, I know, is that the one that happens in, is it October? Is that when that one happens? I'm sure there will be future garden streams where I end up coated in soil again. Yes, absolutely. Especially now that I know that we can sort of slip the cable out from our window and have the computer safely inside. If it's quite hot like it was last time, I had every intention of keeping it cool and keeping it in the shade, and then the sun was like, nah. No, actually, I'm gonna move and be directly overhead. Okay, so we got, this is A4. Let me just make sure that it's the big piece, I can tell. And we want it facing this way, actually, facing down. However, I need a couple other pieces off this, and I want to confirm that this is in fact A. Where's the little thingamadoodle that tells me that this is A? There it is. There it is. I was just kept missing that corner. All right, so we need A14 and A23. A14. Ah, the engine. I do have one tank. Oh, IPMS stands for International Plastic Modeler Society. Sorry, yes, I should have clarified that. I forget that now that I know what the acronym is and I use it regularly in my vernacular because it's part of something that I do in my life, I forget to identify what it is for those who may not know. The other thing that I want is apparently not in that compartment. Ah, there it is. Yeah, no problem. It used to be mostly scale models of a historical nature, but they have over the years, and especially modernly, really embraced miniatures, as well as like fantasy and sci-fi figures and gunpla. So if you are into any of those and you have a local IPMS group, I would encourage potentially checking it out because, I mean, one, a lot of them embrace Warhammer as well, because like I said, they do embrace miniatures, but a lot of them are like really getting into other, frankly, miniature hobbies that should have already overlapped with scale models, like gunpla and miniatures, and so it just keeps getting really cool. Oh my god, yes, Angry Badger. Watch it, and I genuinely really liked it. Like, it is cute. I love all the characters. I love all the songs. I mean, it is a glorified narrative for this album, but I love the album. It's great. I love everything about it. There were points where I was like, but then I got really over that because I was like, oh, okay. Good. Good, I like this. And then I love the way that it ended. So, beautiful story. Completely unrealistic, because those girls eat way too much. And that's not a spoiler, there's been like screenshots of that all over the place. But those K-pop girls are actually allowed to eat, and they binge eat, and I don't think that actually happens. So, completely unrealistic, but you know, it's fine. The fighting demons part is not what makes the show unrealistic. It's the fact that they both get to take vacations and eat whatever they want. And eat carbs. That's what makes it unrealistic. I have found that, unlike with miniatures, if you really don't clean the sprue connection points really well on these, sometimes they do not fit into place with things, so I'm being a little thorough with the scale model more so than I would like a GW Mini right now. I think we're looking pretty good. And then I also need 23. 23. See, 24. There it is. It's next to 24. Go figure. What's my favorite anime of all time?
That's a heavy question.
It's a heavy question. I've been watching anime since I was like 10. So
It only reflects everything about you as a person.
So I think one of my favorites, because it was also one of my earliest, and I think it still modernly holds up pretty well as a narrative, as well as just also animation, would probably be The Vision of Escaflowne. I really, really like The Vision of Escaflowne, which is a series from like the 90s, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, like I think it came out in the 90s, both in Japan and the US. And like, it's got giant robots in it. It's got giant monsters in a fantasy world with an isekai character from the real world, which isekai didn't even like exist at that time. Like, it wasn't such a trope that it had a name. But that's like kind of essentially what it is. But like, it's a really beautiful fantasy love story with giant robots and like an insane like there's just a lot of insanely cool characters. Also just insane characters, but just like insanely cool characters. I really like, there wasn't really a character that I disliked. Definitely watch the series and not the movie or the OVA version, because the OVA is like a condensed version of the series and it makes it weird. And not the best way.
It's just full retelling.
It's just, yeah, like it's a full retelling, and I don't necessarily like the retelling of it. I like the original TV series version. And that was like also one of the first series that I watched. In the same way that like I would probably also argue like on my, like, what would I say is, like, in my top, like, 5 or 10 favorite anime, The Slayers. If you've ever watched that, another series that's kind of older, but also sort of Western fantasy-esque. But then, like, modernly, it would be stuff like Apocalypse Hotel and, like, Apothecary Diaries. And then, like, Freerun is probably up there because I really love that series. I haven't watched, like, more into it. Oh my god, Delicious in Dungeon. Yeah, Delicious in Dungeon. If you can't tell, I like fantasy anime a lot. Oh, Kino's Journey is another one that's definitely up there. I love Kino's Journey. Kind of a slower, like...
You gotta be in the mood.
You gotta be in a mood for that one, but so good. Oh, I also, and again, this is one that you have to be in the mood for, but Mushishi. If you've ever watched or heard of that, Mushishi is great. Mononoke, not Princess Mononoke from Ghibli, although fantastic movie, will never say anything bad about it. I absolutely love it and adore it, and if you dislike it, you can get out of my chat.
Wow.
I have strong feelings about Princess Mononoke.
Noted.
And I love it, is what, no, I'm kidding. You don't actually have to leave. No, I'm talking about, like, Mononoke, which is the series that spun off of an Ayakashi Japanese horror tales, like, short that was about the medicine seller. Really great stuff. Kind of a paper, like, sliding paper doors style animation. It's really cool. All right, focusing on what I'm doing now. All right, so we need to put this in here. Got it. Okay. Legend of the Four Kings? I don't know if I know that one.
Name, but I'm not. Nobody asked me, but
What?
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Sailor Moon, and Big O.
Oh my god, Big O, yes. Sorry, yes, I should have asked you. I should have followed up with that. I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
You are good enough. I'm just a rude bitch sometimes.
Only when it comes to me.
No! Cool, so we got that in place. It really is Star Fury. I completely agree. Oh no, you had an insect in your vacuum and that was causing the problem?
Ew.
Ben says that says thank you and that you have fine taste.
I'm going to assume that's to you.
No, he said, thank you, Chaos Cultist. You have fine taste. How is that to me? Stop deflecting when I tell you that people like you.
Nobody likes me!
Don't
If anyone can tell me what that's a quote from.
That's true. Who doesn't love mecha anime? Big O for the win. It's true. Big O is fantastic. All right, how does this go?
In the name of God, ye be not good.
Okay, so I believe this goes, which angle? Okay, I think the arch is going the way that I have it angled, so we're gonna slot it. Oh, I see. Oh, fancy. Okay. Well. Can you, like, I don't know if, I know that, like, there are RC cars and everything, which do have working engines, and I do know that Tamiya has made some tanks, like scale model kits with a functioning engine. I have one of them. It's the, I think the Male 1 or something like that.
4, I think. 4.
Is it the Mark 4?
It's like the Male Mark 4.
Okay, yeah, maybe it is the male Mark IV. I know it's the British male, and then I don't remember which number it is, but it's one of the British tanks that they just refer to as like male and then Mark whatever. Because there's like a female version of it too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
I think so, actually.
I thought it was in reference to something entirely different.
No, I think there's I do think there's like a female like variant or something like that. I could be wrong. Somebody in chat can absolutely correct me, but I felt like I read that somewhere. It couldn't be entirely false. The point is, I don't know if Tamiya has made scale model cars with functioning engines in it, or if there are off-brand like fan-made or like small company-made like replacements so that you can then, because I know people will often upgrade their parts from their kits. Like they won't just do like the basic kit like what I do. They'll use the basic kit, but they'll be like, oh my gosh, they fucked this up and this is not correct. I'm going to buy this alternate like other piece that either somebody has 3D printed or like cast or whatever that they're selling, and it makes it more accurate. And like I see it most often on tanks, getting fuck, I don't remember the name of what the armor
skirt.
No, it's not the skirt. It is that textured pattern that ends up on like the full body of the tank usually, and it's some sort of like anti-grenade or like sticky bomb or something like that. It is a defensive tool.
Reactive armor?
What was it called?
Reactive armor?
No, maybe reactive armor, but
That's
I think
it's modernly, but they didn't have that in like World War II.
Okay, yes, there was two versions of it. The male version had a 6-pounder gun and the female had a machine gun. So that's what it was. Yes, Zimmerite. Thank you, Library Rat. It's called Zimmerite. It's like whatever, and I think it's for...
Oh, I've never heard of it.
I think you definitely have seen it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because it's this like, it's kind of this like not checkered, but it's this like...
I think I know what you're talking about. It's when they paint it on with like the clay stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what that is.
And I believe it is for preventing... Magnets, yeah. I think it has something to do with like preventing like sticky bombs from being able to stick, like the old style ones. So I know there's a lot of people that sell kits to add that to your tanks, because a lot of, like, some scale model tanks go through the effort and either make it so you can add that yourself because they put it in the kit, or they literally sculpt it onto the body of the tank, like the hull, and it's there. But most of the time, I think they tend to do it pretty flat, and then you add it on through other, like, third-party means normally. Yeah, anti-magnetic mine protection. Thank you. Yeah, I knew it was like some sort of mine protection. I just couldn't remember exactly what. And I definitely could not remember the name, but Zimmerite. Really cool name, actually, for it. But yeah, so like I've seen like people do stuff like that, and I didn't know if it got to the point with like these kinds of cars that people made small... Maybe they're not functional, but maybe they like do metal parts for the engines. I bet that's probably what it is. I bet they do metal parts for the engines, but they're not like functioning motor vehicles. Hello, Tyler. It's lovely to see you. A2, A3. Okay, so they go in specific places. All right, let's do 2 first. Ooh, we'll need to be very careful cleaning that up, because it's a very tiny, thin piece. Did they? How long did like Zimmerite actually get used? Because I feel like I don't see it on... I don't feel like I've seen it on modern tanks, but I will admit I look at mostly historical tanks.
No, and I don't think they... Did they use it in Korea? What?
I bent something a little bit, it's fine. I don't know if they used it in Korea. Okay, I clipped out a 2, I think. Yes. So because we need to flip this around, turn it this way. And A2 goes back here. First one's in. So I am currently building a Toyota Model AB Fenton, which I have learned, because I got it because I thought it was a cool World War, I think, II Toyota vehicle. But apparently this is the first Toyota vehicle, which is very, very cool. Oh.
What?
Apparently it wasn't used very often, like it wasn't popular because it had a tendency to catch fire when hit. The Zimmerite.
That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, that's probably not the best. Probably not the best. And I just dropped a piece on the floor. Thankfully, I don't have carpets anymore, and it's no longer the tan coloring of these models. So it makes finding them so much easier. Because that used to be a problem back at the old place. I would drop a tiny piece and be like, well, guess I'm going to spend the next 3 hours scouring my floor. On my hands and knees with my cell phone, like, just going, where are you, little piece?
It's very sad.
I know. That's how you know you're a true scale modeler. When you drop something dramatically onto the floor and then lose it for several hours. That little piece is super delicate. Oh, is it Phaeton, not Fenton?
Danny Fenton?
No, apparently it's Phaeton. Okay, there we go. Now we have 2 more pieces. You're very welcome, Star Fury. 16 and 17. Thank you for not having the clip point on the tall, spindly part this time. Tamiya? Very, very kind of you. Alright, so this goes on this side, on these 2 little spots. We've all spent half an hour looking for some shitty little part that went ballistic when cutting off a sprue. I know, right? We all have. It doesn't matter, like, whether it's scale models, if it's just, like, building miniatures. Inevitably, you'll have a small, tiny piece. Sometimes you get lucky and it's a big piece and it just goes wild, but you can find it a lot faster. But most of the time, it's that tiny little piece. And you're like, well, shit, now I gotta spend an hour and a half looking for this because it's lost in the carpet monster. How rude for it to gobble it up. Oh my gosh, yes. Even, like, it doesn't matter if you have played Warhammer or if you've only played their board games, because they treat all of their miniatures the same. At least with the board games, you have push.
Quality.
The push to fit is a little bit, like, also, like, modernly is pretty decent. Like, it used to be kind of shitty and they used to break a lot, but they've gotten a lot better about it. But you also, like, depending on what, like, scale of board game you're buying, though, you also have to deal with a quality change, because sometimes they use different plastics than their normal stuff. And it's just, like, the worst. I'm gonna briefly turn this camera off, just to let it...
Are you recording?
Oh, fuck, I am, yeah. Let me stop that. Okay, stop recording. I wonder if that is what does it.
What?
I wonder if having the recording going...
Oh my god, it might be.
Yeah, I wonder... Okay, I'm gonna test now.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah, like, it just occurred to me that, like, I think when I didn't have the issue, I can't remember if...
I think you have an idea.
I think so, too.
Because I know it's related to when the camera can tell it's... Okay.
Yeah, no, I completely, like... You might be right. That might actually be what happened. Alright. We have finished step 1. We can now...
Denial?
What?
Isn't stage 1 denial?
Yes. What's stage 2? Grief?
Yes.
Okay, now everybody start weeping. Okay, oh my god. Okay, stop. We're moving past grief. What's the next stage?
I don't know. I'm not an alcoholic.
Oh, I don't think it's just tied to alcoholics. I think it's the stages of grief.
Mourning.
Like, or like the stages of mourning or something.
I think somewhere in there you gotta accept that there's a power greater than yourself.
I see.
So you have to accept that I'm here, Angela.
Okay.
Cool.
I think
that's like one of the last steps, so I think you're done.
Okay, cool, excellent, good. I'm through it then, everybody.
You asked me to weep.
I didn't expect it to be so dramatic.
What? You think I wouldn't try for you?
You're right. That's ridiculous.
You think I would half-ass it for you? How dare I? I can't believe I fucked you with this impression.
No, I mean, I don't actually believe that. You're absolutely right. I should have known that when I asked you to weep, that you would just burst out.
Yeah?
Alright, we got that. Very smooth. Smooth and fancy. Okay, so attaching the chassis, we hold it like this, and then we put this. Yes, I see. Excellent. Alright, I need to do a little bit more cleanup. Right there, be careful of the spindly bits. You don't want to break them. That would be bad. I would be sad. And then I would be mad. Alright, this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. Alright, good, excellent. Excellent, I'm glad the Mandalorians support me. In this... The fuck is... Oh, that needs to be cleaned up. That is not acceptable at all.
I would agree.
No wonder it wasn't sitting flush. Gordon asks, would you crawl over... Asks specifically, CC, would you crawl over broken glass and glowing coals for Angela?
I mean, I think I would find an alternative.
You would go around. What if that was...
I would construct a pulley mechanism.
Excellent.
But like a Saw situation, yeah. But there's a lot of like adrenaline, and if we both survive, me using it for the rest of our lives to get her to get me drinks. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, listen, honey, I would go to my own drink, but the pain in my foot is kind of acting up.
No, I turned it the wrong way. Fuck. Okay, I understand that completely.
I'm leaving the conversation.
No, you're good. That was not you at all. That was me not paying attention to which angle. I'm just gluing it. It's fine. It's in the correct angle. I
should never have spoken.
No, you can speak. They just made it super, super fucking fragile. There we go. There we go. He is a work smarter, not harder type of guy. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, that is very true historically.
I was about to say, if you deny this, I will get up and I will come over there and I will whack you.
I was not going to deny.
Because you are absolutely that type of person. How dare you?
I didn't.
Good.
How dare I what? Not do the thing I did?
How dare you even consider it? How dare you even consider trying to deny it, even as a joke? Where is this going into? Is it these little dots? Aha. Yes, they are. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of glue in that gap so I can smush it together. Get a real nice good seal. And by smush it together, I mean slide it around a little bit. Okay, just gonna let that harden while I get the next stuff and seal this up. I just read your comment of that. He wouldn't even have to. She would have a couple hundred zealots do it, so he wouldn't.
Sure, I can also
just summon the zealots.
Pretty much.
All right. We still haven't clarified.
It would be the rudimentary pulley system. I said rudimentary.
There you go. There you go. I like it. Pen me, please. It is on your desk.
You don't say.
Yep. I do say, sir. Boom, 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 boom.
Puppy
No,
power.
no. No, Scrappy-Doo is like the least cool character from that entire franchise.
But you do the song.
I know. I hate it. I hate that I do that. Because I don't like that character at all. I just like that little jingle. It's like...
Jangle Smith.
Yes, and it's been stuck in my head ever since I heard it. Like, fucking however long ago I first watched... either the movies or the car. I don't remember.
See, I remember him from the one where they were all in elementary school. That was like from the 90s. Had really good animation.
See, I remember him mostly, and I think this is why, like, I at first did not hate Scrappy-Doo and thought the song was kind of cute. Because I think he's in, like, the first two movies or something.
Are you talking the live action ones?
No. The, like, animated ones where there's, like, the zombie island with, like, the witches.
Okay, honey, I do understand what you're saying, and that's fine now, but I want you to understand the first Scooby-Doo movies came out 40 years before that.
The first good ones, I don't know. What? Which ones are before? I actually don't know the timeline for Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo meets Albert and Costello. Scooby-Doo meets Adam West.
Those are considered movies? I thought those were episodes.
They were like special. They were like TV movies.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about like the ones that went to like...
And I'm pretty sure the ones you're talking about were also only DVD/Cartoon Network releases.
Were they really? I thought they were...
Yeah, it's only the live action ones that went to theaters.
Okay. You know, you're probably right.
How dare you say that Adam West one is bad?
I didn't say it was bad.
You said it wasn't good.
Well, I didn't realize that counted as a movie. I consider those like episodes as opposed to like the like hour and a... Like, were the Adam West ones like an hour and a half long?
I think only with commercials.
Okay. Because like, I think on DVD... That first one with the bayou where they go to like that haunted like...
All the Hex Girls.
No, that's the second one.
That's right.
Yeah, the first one is they go to this like bayou home where they keep summoning, because it's like a voodoo type thing. And they keep summoning zombies, and the people that live there are the ones creating the zombies, and the zombies are actually real. It's like it's I think it's one of the first times where they did it like where it's like not actually fake shit. There is actually supernatural shit going on.
All right, well, if I'm going to go by Google.
Okay, yes. What does Google tell us?
The earliest one, according to Google, says we're both wrong.
Okay, I'm not surprised by that. I mean, Scooby-Doo's been like a franchise forever.
Yeah, but they're also not counting like the early stuff either. So I suspect these are like home releases or something.
Okay.
Because the earliest, this is very on topic to the model, is Scooby-Doo Goes Hollywood from 1979.
Oh, holy shit, okay.
Yeah, and it's not one of the, Scooby-Doo meets whomever.
Yeah. Are those listed in the movies?
No, they are not.
Okay, see, that's why I didn't consider it a movie.
But there's still like 20 of them before yours.
Okay, fair enough. What is the Bayou one called?
Return to Zombie Island?
I think, yeah, it must be Zombie Island.
I think that's a sequel, because they did return to Zombie Island.
Okay, well, they definitely had, like, Scooby-Doo.
Yep. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island was 1998.
Okay, yeah, that is the one that, like, that for me is the first, in my head, that's the first Scooby-Doo movie that I, like, would call a movie that I watched, and I fucking loved it.
Oh, dude, I remember Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School.
Yes, Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School was also a really good one. Again,
that was from 88.
Oh, is that one older? Okay, cool. I didn't realize. I think that like got played after I had seen the zombie one.
Yeah.
Because maybe they were doing like reruns.
Yeah, there was also Scooby-Doo and the Boo Brothers, Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf, Scooby-Doo Arabian Nights, which I'm just going to assume is a tie-in to the second Magic the Gathering set.
Obviously, yes.
And yeah, those would be the ones earlier.
Okay.
But the Adam West one counts.
Very well. Angela, have you seen the new lore about the Custodes? Thoughts on the Primarchs? It turns the Custodes into bitchy girls, jealous Emperor Daddy doesn't love them as much as his self-made progeny. I have not seen this lore, actually.
If it's about the feuds between the Marines and the Custodes, they've been going through that since the Heresy.
Yeah, I was like, I thought the Custodes and the like Space Marines always kind of had like a brotherly.
Oh no, it's not a brotherly thing.
Well, but like Dad, like I know the Custodes were not made by the Emperor, but I always thought that they had like a...
Well, they were engineered by him.
Right.
All of them were custom, like, worked on.
Got it, okay.
And the Custodians are who the Emperor turns to kill the badly behaving groups. Like the Thunder Warriors.
Got it. Oh, the Space Marines weren't even the ones that killed the Thunder Warriors. It was the Custodians.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that definitely goes in there. So where's this going? Oh, there. I see. What? I see. Okay. That was confusing for me for a slight.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's absolutely fine.
Like,
It is. I know. Crazy. Crazy. I mean, really, if you think about it, like just going back to the custodians and the space marines, I feel like Warhammer, when you're not talking about the fantasy side of it, but if we're talking about like the sci-fi side of it, tends to be best when it is like infighting amongst factions, because I feel like GW just writes that better for whatever reason.
because they're human. He's better. They're better at writing humans fighting humans.
True. That's true. And so I feel like it makes sense that they're trying to bring that. I mean, really what that says to me is I'm like, oh, okay, so GW is trying to bring the Horus Heresy into the modern day by having it custodians versus loyalist space marines.
Boring.
Which is just, yeah, like I'm like, that's really boring. And honestly, like, it's this frankly laziness. And I don't know a better way to describe it. So I don't think lazy, because like I don't actually think they're being lazy with the work they're putting into their writing. Like I do feel like the people actually doing the writing, I'm sure, are working very hard. But I feel like the narrative they are trying to focus on is lazy, and it bothers me. And let's make sure we're not putting this in incorrectly, because I definitely started to. I'm gonna get this piece in first. And then we'll slide this girl in. Good. So I just, the exhaust. Okay, I thought so. I was like, I think this is the exhaust. Based off of the length of which it's running the car and this little cylindrical. I know I've watched a bunch of car videos, but when it's not in front of me being actively talked about, I forget all of the locations and names of everything within a car.
All right,
even
where
though
are you pointing at right now?
it is on the exhaust, it is the big chunky thing that I think is where the filter is. This.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is. I know it's part of the exhaust, but I don't know like what this part is. This
I believe that's the carburetor.
Is that the carburetor? Okay.
I believe so. Well, no, they didn't have carburetors back then.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I assume that's just like an air filter or a muffler.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the muffler. Because I feel like this is still on cars. I feel like when we were watching like donut videos back in the day.
It looks like an old, the other thing I said.
Carburetor?
Yeah, but they didn't have carburetors back then.
Right.
At least somebody tell me. I don't know. I didn't think they had carburetors.
It's a muffler? It's a muffler.
Okay.
Apparently everybody's saying it's a muffler.
All right. My second guess. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I like I said, I watch car content, but I don't like work on cars or do enough with them for it to really stick in my brain, all of the details. But I do enjoy learning about them and watching that stuff. A6. A6. Are these identical? They kind of look like they are. A6 is gonna go on this side. Whoop.
No Gangnam style.
No. I grabbed my finger, grabbed onto the model and drug it with me, and I would like to stop nearly breaking things. Okay. The carburetor apparently is on the engine side, not the exhaust side.
My bad.
Yep. No, that's cool to learn.
And you know what I actually realized I was meaning to say, because I said carburetor and I was totally saying the wrong thing the entire time?
What?
Catalytic converter.
Oh yeah, that thing that always gets stolen on
Yes,
on
that's
cars.
what it is it's got a bunch of those like expensive materials in it.
Yeah,
Because they're
yeah.
parts of a filter that like grab some of the nastier shit out of your exhaust.
Oh, but that also still would be too early for this,
That's
right?
what I was thinking. So when I kept saying carburetor, I was being stupid when I was like, did they have one? I meant catalytic converter, which I still don't know if they had one back then or not.
I'm not sure they did. Like, I feel like
I got my C words mixed up.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Am I embarrassed? Absolutely.
Oh, don't be. I can't tell. Okay, it looks like that is not facing out, so I think it faces in. What is it showing? Oh, for that piece, I see A13. Okay, so I think the little stem goes outwards. And then you do this. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh, ooh. There we go. Good. Now let's get 13 out. I'll also need 5.
Golden ring.
13 is there. Do a smidge of cleanup, but not too much. It really has. That's because we're working on a car. All right, let's see. This needs to, so there's a specific. Why is this only on one side, I wonder? Attaching the front suspension. Okay. Oh, I see. It's those little notches. Gotcha. And then where's the other piece go to? I think it's gonna go here. This is what they're showing me on the picture. Okay. All right, let's do this side. This side's pretty easy. And then this. Okay, yeah, I think we're in place. I'm going to grab some tweezers. To sort of nudge. Oop. Okay, nudged the wrong thing, Angela.
Oh, miss nudging.
Miss nudging. Foul.
Foul on the nudge.
Foul on the nudge. All right.
15 yards.
Shit.
That's right, so that's severe.
Oh my god. I admit I don't know enough about football to know whether or not that is actually severe or not.
Ridiculous.
Oh, really? The Cadillac converter was invented by a French scientist in the 50s?
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Like the 1950s or like the 1850s? I assume
It's for
19.
a car,
So 19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. That's pretty cool. All right. So now we need also a 12.
Yes, thank you for everything.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yes, thank you to Cybot CB for that information. Thank you to everybody for all the car information. I actually, like I said, I've watched like some car videos, but it's not something that I retain super well because I don't actively like do stuff with cars on a regular basis. And I'm one of those people where if I watch enough stuff over time, I will start to pick it up, but I really do a lot better if I'm like physically doing something with the knowledge that I'm learning as well. And so sometimes it doesn't stick until I start doing that. I'm a very hands-on person. Or at least it makes it easier for me. All right, so we're cleaned up here. Okay, so with this, it looks like the flat side is going up. Why is there only...
Why is there only?
So, I mean, it's not like there's nothing wrong with the model because it's telling me not to, like, it didn't tell me to do one on the other side. But why is there one of these connection points on one side for the suspension, but not the other? I wonder why. Okay, so this is meant to go... Aha. Like that. Okay, and then this will be going... Ooh, okay. I think we're going to glue that on first. Oh my god, please unhook yourself from the rest of the vehicle.
Slow down and breathe.
Oh yeah, no, I did. All right, go over there. So first things first, I'm going to glue this piece on to this. Because it has the tiniest connection points. What am I doing? It goes like this. Oh, what? Ah, okay, I see. I see. I see. I see what's happening.
Do you see what I see?
Yes. Okay, do I need a clip? Oh, I think I need to clip that. That's, oh yeah, that's that little piece of sprue that I left on there. That I went mentally to myself, don't forget to clip that, Angela. And then what did I do? Immediately forgot to clip it. Nice. What kind of tacos did you get, Havman? Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more glue on here because probably dried up a little bit as I fiddled around with trying to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, now. Nickelodeon. Work with me here. Tweezers. Let's go tweezers.
Let's go
Tweezers, let's go.
One of those days.
It is one of those days. Okay, I think it goes like that. And I think I did that correctly. Wow, that was fiddly, but we have done it. Okay, I'm just gonna put now that everything's actually properly in place, I'm gonna put a little bit more glue to secure the gaps. Like the tiniest amount. I think because this actually needs to connect on the bottom. Okay. I'm just gonna hold that. Oh. Okay, it is not because it was recording.
Okay, well.
Nice. I am making beef nachos tonight.
Oh, I'm hyped.
So am I, actually. I'm quite hungry. I might go get myself a snack here in a moment. Yes, I noticed. Sorry about that, Star Fury. Okay. So I think that's in place now. I'm gonna do it. Ooh, I'm gonna almost drop it. Because people are definitely gonna be able to see inside and be able to know that I didn't clean that properly. Listen, I'm getting practice in for competitions where they are a little bit more, because I saw.
Turned into one of those people.
I saw what they were doing when they were judging. They were like lifting it up and like spinning things around, and oh my god, I'm making me drop my tools. Okay, they may not have been doing that part, but I did maneuver things. Oh no. You think your kids would be gluing themselves to the mold line or to the floors before you can trim off mold lines if you were working on hobbying right now? That's fair, I suppose. Did I? Think I have that correct. Let's see what happens when I stick it on here. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. Let me put some glue on. Tamiya kits are really fun. I like them. I have limited experience with other types of kits, like outside of Bandai kits for like Gunpla. When it comes to scale models, like I've the first potential kit that I will build that's a non-Tamiya might be this Super Fortress from was it Aura, which is a non-existent company now. I don't think they exist anymore. So that'll be like my first like non-Tamiya kit. I do think I might have, is it Altier or all it's ALL something, I think is the brand name. And I have like 1 or 2 kits that I got from Hobbies Unlimited before they closed. As I think I got a couple tanks and possibly 1 plane that was like non-Tamiya, but I haven't built them yet. But for me, that's all I've built for scale models. You know, honestly, Star Fairy, I could not tell you. It's something that I genuinely ask myself about a lot of, like, because like Gunpla kits, if you've never built any of them, especially the more recent ones, amazing builds. Like, they go together really well. You can take the arms and legs off and like separate everything out. And I wish, like, that'd be so cool if like GW incorporated that into their. I keep accidentally bending this piece. Well, it's such like a fucking little fiddly thing, and I keep not seeing it because I don't notice that I'm touching it. Okay, I think I've realigned it with the other one. Okay, just don't touch it for a minute. And remember that it's there. I probably like put my finger on it accidentally. Airfix, yes, I think Airfix might be the other one. No, it's not Airfix. It's definitely ALL something. I can't, but I just can't remember like specifically what it is. See, it's these 2 little like spindly things that I
don't poke them.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I appreciate that really helpful instruction.
May I provide a second piece of advice?
Yeah.
Flip your microphone so it's right side up.
Fine. God damn it. You couldn't have told me that when I went on a break privately.
Okay, put it back. Put
No.
it back, and I'll tell you privately.
No, I don't.
Everyone forget what we just put in, what we just said, okay? Everyone forget that she had her microphone on upside down and I told her to swap it, okay? I need everyone to forget that. Chat, forget that. All right? I want you to make note of that. Forget it. All right. We good?
Okay. Yeah.
Have you flipped it back?
No, I'm not flipping it back. I'm not flipping it. I'm not. Fine.
No, fine. I'll flip you back. That was like, I had to put mental energy into that because that's like the reverse.
I know. You normally. I know. Oh, that was so good. All right. Well, I'm going to take. We all forget. We heard nothing. Good. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. No one noticed. No one saw.
Are you about to take a break?
I am actually about to take a break.
Okay, I need to talk to you about something.
Okay, excellent.
It involves your microphone, but don't worry too much about it.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go get myself a soda
Okay.
and some chips, and I will be right back, everybody. Never work with children or animals. Are you calling me a child?
Calling me an animal.
Oh my goodness. All right. I am I'm gonna go I'll be right back. I'm gonna be like 2 minutes. I'm just gonna go grab myself a quick snack because I'm kind of peckish. And I also want to
Hey, Angela, your microphone's backwards, by the way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Since you're on break now.
Yeah.